Hey guys, Shelter in Place Diaries and my story. Of course, who didn't see that coming? But of course, I wanted to document for you guys my shelter in place experience. This is something crazy, and I've said over and over again that I've literally never experienced something like this. I've never not been at school and work for like months, weeks on end. So this is definitely something super weird to me. And I wanted it to frame it in the light of like the body positive and just like self love. And, you know, in self quarantine, you have a lot of time to be in your head and like be on your phone all the time. So that opens the door for a lot of comparisons, and like falling down the rabbit hole of like, how did I end up on this page of someone that I literally don't even know, and now I'm like comparing myself to them. So I wanted to share my experiences with that. There's been a couple of times during this shelter in place that I found myself feeling really crappy about myself, just because like the content I so happen to stumble upon, or like you just have those days where you just feel not yourself, and it's like if I was in this position 10 years ago, or maybe even 3, 4 years ago, and I was really like in a bad place where how I viewed myself, um, how I viewed myself, then I would be in a totally different mindset. But I wanted to give my little diaries of my tips and stuff that I do to, keep a leveled head and how I'm surviving this quarantine. It's something so different. If you guys keep up with my blogs, I always write about how I don't have time to do anything. And now it's like as if the world was like, oh, you're complaining about time? Well, here you go. Here's all the time in the world. Now I'm just like, oh my God, like as a writer, as a creator, like you want to be artistic and you want to produce stuff. And sometimes when you're not doing that stuff, you just feel kind of shitty about yourself and you're just like, well, what am I doing? But I'm really using this time to first of all relax. Like I'm a preschool teacher right now, and it's a lot. I love the kids, I love my job, but yeah, I need this breather is like something that I needed, and I'm making the most of it. It really sucks because like gyms are closed and stuff like that, and usually when I have breaks like that, I like to like go hard, and I'm like, my little burst of energy for like a week and just like go ham at the gym. And I was like, oh my God, we're like on week what, like 5 or something. And it's like, I'm not doing anything. And like everywhere you're seeing jokes of people being like, oh, I'm gonna come out of this quarantine like super thick and like I'm gonna gain a lot of weight when I come back. And like just a lot of these jokes, like, yeah, not that they're funny, but that you can relate to it because there's nothing to do but to eat and like just like watch TV, of course, stuff like working out, going outside and stuff like that. But for the most part, like I feel like I'm just stuck at the house with like nothing to do but eat my quarantine snacks. And I'm like, okay, I'm done with that. On to the next, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I just wanted to document my shelter in place diaries, and I'm gonna try to be as real as possible. Like right now, I got me some eyebrows and mascara, and I only have that because I did an online Zoom class today with my kids, and I wanted to look presentable. But for the most part, this whole shelter in place, I think I beat up my face with like a full on glam once, because usually I'm like, pull up out of bed, don't even care, wear whatever clothes, no eyebrows, no, like this is me trying right now. So like, I don't know. So hope you guys enjoy, and yeah. So I'm out for my neighborhood walk. Prior to the shelter in place order, I was going to the gym a couple times a week to squat. And then for my friend's wedding at the end of January, So that happened, and then we went to the wedding. Fast forward, literally the day we got back to San Francisco, death flu. I got the flu. I was so sick. Like literally felt like I was on my deathbed. So I couldn't work out or like do literally anything for like 3 weeks. So that really sucked. Around my birthday, around middle of February, I started recovering. So that was cool, but not to the point where I could like push myself and like squat heavy and do stuff like that, you know? So I was skipping the gym, and then a couple weeks after that, I got a tattoo, and then the tattoo guy told me no working out for at least 3 weeks. I was like, dang, this is like month 2, man. And then the quarantine and coronavirus and all that happened, and all gyms are closed. So that's my backstory. It's been like pushing like 3 months almost. So that's why these walks are not keeping me sane, but it's like something to do, you know? Like I feel like I haven't been feeling the best. So taking a walk, like even just getting some sun, being out of the house, getting some air, it really helps a lot. So I'm trying to add it to my routine. My brushes are all clean. I told myself during the shelter in place I was going to try to play around with some makeup. I haven't, so time to play. So I just wanted to share something. I don't know if anybody else can relate, but if we weren't in shelter in place right now and I would get notifications about like 4 years ago you took this picture, 7 years ago you took this picture, and I see that, I was like way smaller. Like if I was on my regular business, have places to go, things to do, I wouldn't really care. Like I told you, I try so hard to change my mindset about like loving myself the way I am, whatever weight, bigger, smaller, it literally doesn't matter. But being sheltered in place really put me in my head sometimes. And I will admit that there were some times where it's like, 5 years ago, you took this picture, or here's some pictures that you took 5 years ago. And I like zoom in on part of my body that I'm like not really happy with now. And I like zoom in, I'm like, it was so much smaller. And then I start getting in my head, and I have to find a way to snap myself out of it. And honestly, sometimes it's really, really hard, especially when you're at home with not much to do or things that can distract you. So I found a way that helps, that I just like try to distract myself with things I like reading or catching up on my Avatar books, or like practicing my makeup or doing my hair. I've been trying to grow out my hair, but and I always get conflicted whether I should cut it or not. And then when I cut it, I get sad, and I'm like, all the hairstyles I wish I could do with my former long hair, but I never did it. So now I'm like, now that I have all this time, I want to practice hairstyles, practice looks I usually wouldn't do, and get myself out of that mindset when I feel myself going down that route. Like I could feel it, like a gut feeling, like I'm about to fuck myself over with the way I'm thinking. And like this happened maybe a week or two ago. I opened up one of my apps and it's like, a couple years ago you took this picture. And I'm like, oh, I'm kind of sad because I was small. It's not even that I was smaller, but that I feel not so great about myself because I haven't been able to go to the gym. Everything's closed. I haven't seen my friends. I haven't hung out with people, you know. And it's like, then you have nothing to do but to go on social media and like look at famous people, or like people that pop up on your line, and you're just like comparing yourself. And I had to literally just like get off my phone and be aware that I was putting myself in that mindset. And I had to think to myself, what what good is this doing me? What is sitting here looking at an old photo of myself, how is that benefiting me? Like I'm just making myself feel shitty, and why do I want to do that to myself? You know, like there's so much more than my outward appearance. Like then I started reading the books that I wanted to read, and like um researching stuff that I'm interested in, and I'm like, I'm so much more than the outward appearance. That's the whole thing about this journey, is that you can be body positive and want to improve. Like it's not that you're just like, I'm I'm aware that I'm a little unhealthy and I'm just gonna go with it and fuck it. I mean, if that's your mindset, then cool too, do you, whatever. But like, just because you're body positive or you have that mindset doesn't mean that you're always feeling good about yourself. And it's not that you think that you're perfect and that you have nothing to improve, because we all have something to improve, whether that be our health or like the way we think, the way we see ourselves, knowledge wise on things we want to be more aware of. So I have dealt with feeling, when I feel myself putting myself down, I'm like, nope, shut it down real quick. I gotta switch it up. Like, I can't do this to myself. How is this benefiting me? Because it's not. So I try to do things that I know I want to improve, or things that make me happy, just to tell myself, the self that's wanting to be mean to myself, like, I'm gonna shut it down real quick because I don't have time for that. So, yeah. So I'm a preschool teacher and I have 6 pen pals. They're all 2. And I'm starting to receive their responses in the mail, and it's so cute. And one of them told me that he's starting to potty train. And it's only been like a month and they're growing up fast. My mom made caldereta.
Spare ribs, caldereta.
Yum! It is crazy hair day today at work, and we're gonna Zoom with the kids. Say no more. Get it, Mitch? Blue velvet for the kids. ASMR. That looks like spit. So if you guys have been keeping up with the Shelter in Place Diaries series that I've been doing, episode number 3 was Surge and the Positive High System. He's a good friend of mine. We worked together in the past, and he's a fitness coach and he does personal training. Used to be in person, but now with the shelter in place, he's doing everything virtually online through his app and on Zoom and stuff like that. So while he was recording for me, he asked me if I would be interested in trying out his trial program that since he just launched everything online. And I was like, yeah, of course, I would love to try your app. And that's currently what I'm doing right now. I think I'm on day either 4 or 5, I can't remember. But I record what I'm eating, how much water I'm drinking, how much outdoor time I'm getting, how much workout time I'm doing. And it's really been cool to track that stuff, but also like in the beginning I was like really self-conscious and embarrassed because it like asked for my weight and stuff, and I was like, Serge, are you gonna have access to this information? And he's like, yeah, but he says on his app, and like what he believes in, and is not about like to embarrass or make you make drastic changes, but just so that you're aware of what you're putting into your body. And like and it's true, when you see everything written out and like entered in, I look back on like my food diaries and I'm like, did I really need those 3 bags of little chips? like like when I'm eating it, I'm not gonna be like, I probably, well, like, yeah, I'm gonna be like, no, I probably shouldn't. But when you see it written out and you have to type it in for the day, it really makes you think and visualize and read what little differences you can make if you want to make a difference. I think after like the first day that I recorded what I was eating and I saw everything, the next day I was like, let's add some fruit in there. So I like consciously made a decision to eat more fruit and then like go outside and walk a little longer, So and it's not and there are times when I don't even do better than the day before, and that's okay. It's all about being aware and recording. I like the fact that on his app I could record and like look back and be like, so what did I do on this day? Did I improve? Did I drink more water? And even if there's no improvements, people use food for a lot of things. Stress eating, emotional eating, a lot of that, and especially what's going on in the world right now, it makes sense and it's totally understandable why somebody's turning to food during these hard times. So it's nothing to be ashamed of. If you feel guilty or bad about yourself after, like, it's food, it's okay. You can always try again tomorrow or like make little small improvements. Um, it's not the end of the world. Everybody overeats. It's fine. But if you find no problem in it, then do you. But if you do and you want to change it, maybe go for a walk or like find alternate activities to do to keep yourself occupied. I know when I'm sitting at home and I'm like working from home and uh I have gaps, I'm just like, well, what can I eat? What can I eat? And then like having the app and putting that down and seeing that at the end of the day, I'm like, yo, I do not eat this much like when I'm at work. Like it's because I'm at home with like nothing to do and I'm bored. I'm bored. I want to eat something. I want something to do. And I'm like, well, all the quarantine snacks are here, so I might as well, So those packs from Costco really mess you up because my parents got like the chip packs of like 52 little bags, but I'm like, they're so small, I'll just have like two or three. And and that like really adds up. And when I write it down, I'm like, I did not need three little bags of chips. Like I know they're little, but I need like self-control. So it's been a cool experience to do that. And it's really motivated me to like try to work out more or like go out and get some fresh air. Because it's kind of like a game. Like I want to do better. I want to improve. And like I am winning in the water in the water portion of it. I'm trying to drink a lot of water to like keep my face clear and like to remind myself like you are not hungry, you're bored, just drink some water and you'll feel full. So yeah, that's been an experience.
With and no luck. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Yeah, I need to talk to the sheriff. I just have some questions I need answered.
I miss getting tacos with my friends. Hold on. It fucked up. Hold on. Out there making some homemade masks. I'm not doing anything. What a sad sight. Empty Tabasco bottle. Rip. So yesterday was Saturday and literally did nothing. Saturdays is my favorite day to just like sit back and chill and not do anything. When I say that I did not move from the spot on my couch the whole day, I mean it, unless to eat or to pee. Other than that, I was just watching ghost stuff all day. And I love Saturdays because I just get to do that. And Sundays is usually like the hustle days where I know a work week is coming up. It's a little different since the shelter in place, but I still have work to do during the week, like Zoom meetings with my little babies and things like that. So I have to hustle and do the things that I should have done over the weekend today. So I just finished the letters for my 6 pen pals. And I wanted to put stickers, and my sister's like, I have some. Pulls out some stickers from 1999. They don't make stickers like these anymore. I hope they're still sticky too, because that's what they're getting. These are relics. Sticker relics.
Yeah, let more.
I need my back thing.
I'm about to do my morning Zoom classes with my kids. This is my setup because the Wi-Fi upstairs really sucks. I'm always like robot, like cutting out when I'm trying to do my classes. So hopefully this time it's better. After this, I'm gonna go back to sleep and watch Netflix. I was feeling a little lazy because I woke up early this morning and I just wanted to go to sleep. But remember, I told you how I'm doing the positive high system 10-day trial. Serge asked me what he could do to motivate me and what I wanted to improve on. And I said I wanted to improve on going out more and going on my walks. And I'm like, well, I usually go around 4. And then today, I look on my app, 4 p.m. It says, go on your walk. Well played, Serge. Well played. Keep me accountable. Mitch's finished products. She used all the fabric from my old collection, and I have the shirt to prove it. I made this in 4th grade. Respect! I just finished making these flashcards for my Zoom class tomorrow. The kids are learning how to count. They're 2-year-olds. And I've been showing them kind of the same visuals, so I wanted to switch it up and give them new pictures to count, just so they don't get bored. You know, we're on like what, week 5, 3, 4, I don't even know, of distance learning, and I want to give them something different. After I record a video, sometimes I be getting in my own head and I rewatch it and I'm like, ew, I should have got it from a different angle, or I should have said something else, or I should have said it differently. And that is another example of being sheltered in place and getting in your head and being mean to yourself for no reason. And there has been a couple times where I've thought about like just not posting my shelter in place videos because I'm like, oh, I don't like the way this, or I don't like the way I did this, or I don't like the way I shot that, but like I don't want to reshoot everything for the sake of like the gram, or like the, in this case, the blog post, like have everything be perfect, because it's not always perfect. You get what you get. I work with kids, so we always say you get what you get and you don't get upset. So that's kind of the same with my videos. I use my knee as like a little platform for my elbow, so I could shoot these selfie vlog videos, and usually it gives the same angle every time. So when I rewatch it, I'm like, oh, it makes it look like I don't have a neck, but you get what you get. Fast. We are walking to give our cousins their homemade masks. Now you hold. Who run the world? Pigeon what? Who run the world? Pigeon what? So that concludes my shelter in place diaries. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said in the previous video, that I really teeter-tottered back and forth about whether I wanted to like keep videotaping or just stop it altogether, because there were some points where I felt so insecure that I just didn't want to do it anymore. But I'm glad I followed through with it. Like I said, a lot of the times I can get in my head, like a lot of people do, especially in times of sheltering in place when we have nothing to do but be all up in our heads and look through social media and compare ourselves to other people, famous people, just really like analyzing yourself and being a tough critic on yourself. So I definitely had my moments of when I was doing that, and I had to find ways to shut it down, because it just doesn't help anything, you know. Yeah, this shelter in place, it's really funny because once everything opens back up again and we can go back to our daily routine, though I feel like that'll be a while and everything will happen in increments and it'll have to slowly open up. But on another note, once we open up, it's super funny because in these videos I watch them and I'm like wearing makeup and I'm like doing a different look, but I already know once all of this is over, lazy me is back. Well, not so much lazy, but like I generally don't care. Like I will wake up and just go straight to work, like get ready and go straight to work. I don't care about my appearance. I don't care if I have makeup on. For the most part, I wear makeup once in a blue moon, and the only reason why I've been wearing makeup is because I have the time and I'm like, oh, this is so fun, like I get to try new things, do combos, and like really not perfect it but try to do better, you know, because of course the process of getting ready and putting on a face when you don't really do makeup, it takes longer. So I'm like, okay, the more I practice and the more I do it, it'll get easier and it'll take less time each time. But I already know that once everything goes back to quote quote normal, I'll definitely go back to my old ways and not put on makeup. And that's fine too. Not saying that I'm confident all the time, but I have no problem going out with nothing, no eyebrows, no anything. And I just really don't care. Like, I had a conversation with my sister and she was talking about, I forgot what we were talking about, but I made the comment of like, yeah, I just don't even care about my appearance anymore. And my sister was like, are you okay? But I'm like, it's not in a sense where like, it's concerning, like, oh my God, I'm going through something, but like I genuinely don't care. Like for the most part, makeup, I feel the same way as if when I don't wear makeup, you know? Yeah, the shelter in place is crazy. I feel like it really forced me to spend time with my family, as much as we hate to admit it. We've gotten closer. My sisters will probably watch us and be like, oh, you're annoying, because we don't show affection like that. But it definitely got us to spend more time together, especially with my parents too. Like when we're all in the house and have nowhere else to go, like we're forced to start conversation, We started some Netflix series with my dad that we watch every day once he comes back home from work at night. So just these little like things we're starting to do, since this shelter in place is so long, that we're like starting to add things to our routine. Like usually 4 p.m., that's when we go on our walk. Or I already know the time when it's 3 p.m., I need to stop what I'm watching on TV and hand over the remote to my sister because it's her time and it's her turn. So we already have a system going on that we've been following. And I just want to say that it's okay if you have been overeating. It's okay if you put on a few pounds. Like, it's okay. This is a pandemic. There's so much more to worry about than your weight, and how you look. I haven't put on jeans in maybe like 3 to 4 weeks, and I don't know if they're gonna fit, honestly. And if they don't, whatever, I don't care, so it's but also I really saw that I use this shelter in place to try to work on myself. I tried to go on more walks, neighborhood walks, as part of Serge's app. He really helped me and pushed me to achieve my goal of at least 1 hour neighborhood walk, because I started to feel really comfortable inside. Like when I tell you I didn't go out for a whole week and I was cool with it, like internally I was cool with it, but in my head I'm like, I don't want to get cool with literally not doing anything, so I need to incorporate going out more, walking, trying to work out, stuff like that. So that was cool. um Check up on your friends, I've been really connecting with my friends a lot. Now we have more time to like update each other or like tell each other funny stories. And we don't usually, like, I mean, we do that, but it's more so now that we have time to be like, oh my God, I just saw this and I thought it was super funny. And remember that one time when blah, 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 blah. Like, it's a lot more of that and a lot more connecting because now everyone has the time. And it's nice. I will say that is the positive part of this shelter in place, set connecting again with people and really having the forced time. And when I mean force, I mean for real. Like, the universe is like, if you have anything you need to sort out within yourself or like anything bugging you, I'm gonna give you a couple weeks to figure it out and like be in tune with yourself to try to dissect that. So I feel like this was also kind of a break that I needed, but unfortunately it was a break in the most unfortunate circumstances. But I am trying to use it to my advantage. There are times when I don't use it to my advantage and I'm just like sleeping in and not doing anything, and that's okay too, and then there's other times where I get a burst of energy and I'm like, I need to create, I need to do this, I need to work on my future, and I'm gonna plan out everything. And it's okay to do both, it's cool to sit around and chill, because when will we get a moment like this, to just have this much free time? But it is also cool to create. But if you're not, you shouldn't beat yourself up about it. I hope you guys enjoyed my videos. I tried to keep it real as possible. Didn't try to do any retakes or add anything to my day to make me seem more interesting, because honestly, my days just consisted of ghost TV shows and my Zoom calls with my kids. I was getting very creative, like making stuff for it, because with young kids, you can only do so much. Like I really, my heart goes out to all the people out there with kids right now, young kids at that, during this pandemic, because I don't know how I would do it. Like, I get bored and I get in moods when I'm just like with myself and my family. Imagine if I had to care for somebody else, like, I think for me personally, it's a good time that I was childless during this time, just because it really helped me to focus on myself and really hone in on what I want, So hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you. If you are watching this, you've made it till the end, and you're a real one for that. So thank you for the support and watching. Bye.